Welcome to another episode of Meditation Coach Leo's channel. Today's topic is going to be on the transmutation of sexual energy. If we really think about it, everybody has a different way of using their sexual energy, right? The expression's different, preference is different. So this is very personal and individual, right? But if you really look at what took place last year, especially with all the news that was going on around the country, a lot of Korean male artists, particularly singers and group members, we saw many cases where they have been prosecuted by the criminal justice because that they have been proven to be guilty of conducting certain crimes that are involved with sexual activities. Some were arrested and charged with sexual harassment. We saw another individual who was punished for making videos of certain sexual activities with his former partners, and that became a huge issue in this country. There was also the Me Too movement where many women who claim to be victims of sexual harassment and sexual acts, unwanted sexual acts, who came out and they said, the whole Me Too movement. So we saw a number of very famous Korean actors who are no longer in the cinema, literally. I want to go back to some of the videos that I have made in the past about whether it's thinking or feeling some kind of emotions or doing some kind of physical activity. Everything requires your ATP, which is your energy currency that your body uses to do everything in life, right? But we know that there's a limited amount of it. And also, if we look at the chakra centers or the energy centers throughout your body, the 7 regions, we know that the very bottom 3 energy points has everything to do with consumption, which is like eating and drinking, with reproduction, and that's where your sexual energy is stored, and also stress response, which is fight or flight response when you are in danger, when you think you're in danger. But today's topic is about how to transmute your sexual energy. That is something that can serve for your self-development, something that can be more productive for your growth, if in a way, whether it's has something to do with your career or relationship or what have you. As much as we are gaining so much from the advanced technology of today, let's talk about the internet a little bit. The internet gives us so much information, readily available information that we can just have access to instantaneously. On the flip side, there are some negative sides to it as well. There's tremendous amount of pornography that's available in the internet. A lot of people have easy access to pornography or those type of content material. We see a lot of cases where many individuals see women or even men as just sexual objects. And so I think this is where perhaps some individuals should really learn how to use their, I guess it's a basic instinct, if you will, right? It's a basic instinct because it's a survival emotion or energy that individuals use, humans use, which is, like I said earlier, has everything to do with consumption and reproduction and fight or flight. I believe that it's very important for people men especially, to start looking into how to convert their sexual instincts or energy into something that is more productive. When we look at some of the famous individuals like the late Steve Jobs, also the legendary boxer Mike Tyson, Dalai Lama, and Nikola Tesla, they have something in common, and that is these men knew how to convert their sexual energy into something that is more useful or more productive towards their work or their research. So I heard that these men practice what's called a semen retention, where they avoid having sexual activities in order for them to preserve their vital fluid. Believe it or not, semen contains a lot of nutrients and, such as like protein and vitamin and minerals, all those things that we get by consuming food. And they say that it takes, in order for the body to create one single drop of semen, it requires approximately 2 liters of good quality blood. So that's how precious it is. So I think in a way, for men especially, it's very important for men to start thinking deeply about how to use their sexual energy before they go out there and actually end up using it. The point here is sometimes it's better to convert your sexual desire or energy into something that is more useful and something that is more productive towards your goal. The scientific piece of information that I want to share with you is that the body needs to spend 2.5 months, so literally 2.5 months to 3 months for it to generate a new, batch of sperm cells. So when you drain it, it takes about 2 to 3 months for you to recreate that much of your seminal fluid. So that's how long it takes. So I think before one wants to use it up, one should really think about how long it would take for them to regain that energy back. So what are some of the ways that we can change this sexual energy to something that is more productive towards your personal development? I mentioned in the past about, and this was mentioned from Dr. Joe Dispenza, about how to activate your pineal gland meditation method. And this is where you pump up your spinal fluid from bottom up. So you kind of pull the energy from your lower centers, starting from your perineum, and you move up the channel through your abdominal to your chest, to your throat, and to all the way to your head, and eventually for it to reach your pineal gland. And when your pineal gland gets activated or triggered, it kind of suppresses your survival centers. So you no longer are desperate to consume something or to reproduce or to get stressed. It kind of cools those centers down a little bit. So in a way, you're tapping into your higher, more productive intelligence. One way to convert or to rechannel your sexual energy is by practicing pineal activating meditation method. So if you have not heard of the pineal gland activating meditation method, you can check the list of my channel, and it should be under how to activate your pineal gland. And once you see that, then you may want to actually practice how to use your intrinsic muscle to pump up those lower center energy and move them up to your pineal gland, so that you can think more kind of like in a higher intelligence level. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and please hit that like button, and I will see you next time. Take care now.